What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back for a BMF Season 2 marathon. I am catching up. I dropped the season premiere, and so now I have to play catch up, and we're doing a marathon. So this is Season 2, Episode 2, Family Business. And let's see what it's talking about. It says Meech focuses on expanding BMF into Cleveland while Terry experiences growing pains as he launches his new car ride business with Charles. Terry learns Meech could be in danger. Okay, so that is the synopsis of the episode. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. This is your spoiler warning. I'll be back with a recap. Alright, so the episode opens with Terry and Charles, his father, fussing about what he's supposed to be wearing, dressing in a business suit. Don't be wearing your street clothes. Wear a suit. First, he gets away from Meech, then he turns around to owning his own business, not to be undone by his father. And his father is sitting up there getting on his nerves and sunning him. Terry's now picking up a driver. He's acting all indignant. It's an old white fart that is acting all arrogant, trying to tell Terry where and how to get there. And Terry is pretty much at his boiling point with his father, with Meech, with LaWanda, with everybody. And so he's just like, he's tired of motherfuckers disrespecting him. He ended up putting his white ass out on the side of the road and then told everybody, he said he's going to tell everybody the Flannery business is trash. So K9 Meech and his lady is at the Dairy Queen. There's this drive-by shooting, hitting everything except for the target, might I add. They chase him down. He loses a shoe, but K9 says he's going to find that Cinderella. And so that's the opening scene, y'all. And we get the theme music. I was like, go on, hot mama. Lucille walking around the house looking like a hot mama with that dress on her thigh-high boots. I said, okay, Lucille. She's cleaning up, quotation marks, looking through Charles' guitar case and finds some nudies. She hurries to close it, but she's taken aback. Listen, now I don't know why you ain't giving him none. You better be lucky he ain't out there on the other side of town with Shirley. She keeps on complaining about money. She needs to get her mama a gift. They're going to see her mom for her birthday, and they're not coming. And Nikki still needs those bras. And of course, Charles is talking about things are tight. Now, is it me? Is it me? But they did get a settlement. I don't understand why things are so tight when they got a settlement. They could have broke mama off with some settlement money so that things could be more comfortable at home. But that might be just too much like, right, I just don't know what is going on. Then also, too, they bought all those cars. And they only got 2 drivers, so I'm trying to figure out the math ain't mathing. The sense ain't making no sense. It ain't too common. Listen, you know what? Sometimes people just bring that shit on themselves. So Lucille takes Nikki to Sears, and they're trying on bras. They go to the register. Everything is coming up a little bit much. It was $102. The cashier tells her to open up a credit card. Says, you know, you get all these benefits or whatever. She does, but it's in Nikki's name. They go shopping and they live a little. And they said, don't tell daddy nothing. I won't. I promise, mama. Meanwhile, Terry and Charles are still going back and forth about throwing this customer out of the car. They said you need to be professional. Also, I want to know, why did they buy 4 cars exactly? Because it was like this, we need to hire new drivers and all this other stuff. And I feel like they put the cart before the, what do they call it? What is that? Put the cart before the horse or something? Why do you have 4 cars and 2 drivers? Okay. And your wife is out here scratching and surviving good time? Okay. Meechy comes home and Nikki is so happy to see him. He picks her up and swings her around, says that they're so happy that he is coming. Meech and Terry have a little bit of a conversation about him going. Meech says, you know I'm grandma's favorite. Terry said, I know you got something planned. He said, you know our cousin been wanting to get on since the last family reunion. Terry says, you taking product with Ma and Nikki in the car? Meech says, no, of course not. B. Mick's going to run it down once I get the lay of the land. Terry is like, it sounds risky AF to me. Ain't nobody ask you how it sounds. Sometimes the reward is worth the risk, is what Meech says. So B Mickey is at the healthcare facility where his mom is at. He sees the low level of care she's getting. He also noticed that the flowers are over on the table. He asks who are they from. The man said he was your boss. Detective Charles come by B Mickey mom's hospital and approaches him like he can get her into a new facility, but his favors don't come for free. Terry is back at Marquisha's place asking about the premium for adding another driver. Then she gives him some good ass advice about making the experience a good one for the customer. She tells him about the airport, finding customers with suits, making a mark for yourself. He also suggests some good ass snacks. And she said, refreshments is not any good ass anything. He asked her to go out with him and for her to show him what to get. They do. A little small talk. She hipped him to some of the game. She warned him that marking up the pamphlets isn't a good look. He was like, listen, I'm just saving printing costs. And she was like, you may not want to do that. Okay? Meech and the family get to Cleveland. Everybody is impressed with the aesthetic of the Flannery family. They are coming in there with Meech got the Benz or the BMW. Who knows? She's looking like $1,000,000. She walks in there with the coat over her shoulder or whatever. The fam is like, did Charles hit the lotto? Or they even raised the pay at Wendy's. Everybody gets up and greets with pleasantries. They ask about Charles and Terry. They said they had to stay back and work the new car business. Granny asked Meech, is he in the car business as well? And Meech was like, no ma'am, I'm still in sales. I was like, okay. So, Meech's cousin is there with a big ass smile and that damn jury curl. He went to go talk to the dudes to, know where the cop from. The light-skinned dude with the high top fade, he's smooth talking him, of course, tells him pretty much he can step on it like 3 times and still be eating better than everyone else. He brushes him off, takes the product, and then goes on about his business, causing Meech to regroup and find another way. Meanwhile, Lamar is in his hospital bed making all this noise in his room. The security or the police, who was sitting outside the door to, protect him, comes in to see what's going on. He comes in and sees an empty bed. And that nigga, his eyes ain't been open but 2 seconds and then caught his first body already. And he gets out and escapes the hospital. Over across town at the Detroit airport, Terry tries to get rid of this dude that's trying to impose this airport fee on him. He told the fake officer to get the fuck on. He was going to report him to the airport, and we boycotting you. Ain't nobody paying you. Get on out of here. He goes back to the airport and talks to the other car services to tell them to stand up to the airport security dude who wanted a kickback. He wants to take a stand. Not without getting a tough handshake from a touch-of-class car service about fucking with their brochures. He ends up picking up a lady carrying a Louis Vuitton luggage bag, takes her to wherever she needs to go. She's impressed with the refreshments and tells him that she'll refer all her friends to his company. He runs into a checkpoint. He knows that this run down to Cleveland is going to be rough with all these checkpoints. So he runs to a payphone to call Meech. Meech don't even want to hear from him. He's like, you clogging up my line. He's trying to get the call from B Mickey or whatever. Next thing you know, his grandma is whooping his ass for smoking the devil's skin at her house. You ain't never too old to catch one. Meech is waiting for B Mickey to deliver the goods. But B Mickey is busy trying to drop the dime on him. B. Mickey was talking to Meech on the phone when Detective Brian starts yelling outside his house. He is hot as fuck, young. I would tell him, you got to be on the low. You know what happened to snitches. Then, too, Meech could have heard him over the phone in the background. He tried to lie to him and say he was on the phone with the hospital about his mom. But he calls his bluff to call the operator to see whether or not it's the hospital. He told him it was about Meech and it was about a meetup to get some product to Cleveland. Meech goes to the spot where the old dude, the light-skinned dude with the high top, to bring him the deal. The dude says he doesn't like the terms of the agreement anymore after he found out it's the real deal, right? So Meech is offended. He starts to take a piss in the corner. His cousin is like, yo, this is a good deal. He said this is his city. and he gonna get the bigger cut. Meech said he taking his shit back. The whole crew rose up. Meech was like, all right, I'll leave, but I'll see you around though. Meech helps this older lady in the house with her groceries. She says, my son usually helps me. He's putting the charm on only as he can. Then the son, which is old dude who disrespected him and stole his product, that was his mom. So he's sitting up in his house, pulls the strap on him. Listen, okay, so let me back up. Let me back up. The son said, "Mom, go ahead and go rest. I'll go ahead and put the groceries up." She says, "Okay." She turns around and sees he turns around and sees Meech pull out the hammer on his junk. He says, "So this is how it's gonna go. My cousin's gonna be running shit from now on. You report to him, and your mama won't be making meatball stew with your balls." Dude agreed and said, "All right, I hope so. And I'm gonna need those girls back as well." And so he's pissed. Lamar escapes the hospital. He must have busted stitches, so he's bleeding out. He falls out on the ground while it's raining. His cousin pulls up, who is Darnell Rollins, comes to pick him up and help him. And his name is Alvin. That's his character name. Meech and B. Mickey are talking to each other about being MIA. Meech told him he family. He goes over to the crew and says, "We got to do a better job at communicating. I hit you. You pick up. Something happened? Call me. Hit me back ASAP." In order for things to run smoothly, then they bring up Terry coming to pull rank. He said, "Nah, I'm calling the shots from here on out. If I'm not here, hit up B. Mick." So that's that. Lucille gets all dressed up in her nice holy lingerie for her husband. Instead of him taking full advantage of her advances, he gets on his high and mighty high horse and questions Lucille about the credit card in Nicole's name to buy all of this stuff. Then she starts talking about living up to the women, the smut in the magazines that he's looking at. And then she goes into this whole thing about how it is for the woman to do everything for everybody all the time. She says she wants him to have her any way he wants to. She wants to be vulnerable. But it's just too hard. She's tired. She's working, she's cooking, she's cleaning, and all of the stuff. And he pretty much be giving her his ass to kiss and then wants her to turn over and give it to him too. She's tired. And then he said he tired too. Saint Lucille then made some sacrifices. Now she wants some praises from the Pope. And she said, "Don't you dare talk to me like that." They do some mudslinging with each other. And pretty much she's tired and he's tired too. What is the tea? The girls are fighting. No! Y'all let me know if Nikki works at this movie theater. But anyway, Terry and Nikki pulls up to the movie theater. Meech is already there. He approaches Terry about his crew, questioning him because he's coming interrupting their business. First you in or you out. Then you trying to come up in there, make moves, and pull your weight around. He said, "Stay in or out." Terry was like, he saved him. So anyway, they ended up fighting it out or whatever, the way brothers do. Nobody wins when a family feud. Terry gives this monologue at the end, saying that when the family is divided, the prey will come. All right, y'all. So this was a good episode of BMF. This is season 2, episode 2, Family Business. You let me know. I was with Meech on this episode. I was not with Terry. Yeah, you let me know whether or not you was Team Meech or Team Terry. Let me know if you were Team Lucille or Team Charles. And after this, we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the episodes live. So make sure you tune in. I will probably get the playlist together, but at this point, I'm going to have to do a live marathon for the rest of it. So make sure you check me back at 10:30. We'll get down to it and we'll go through episodes 203, 204, 205, and 206. And then we'll be leading up into the newest episode dropping at midnight. All right, y'all. Peace out. Don't forget to follow me on my socials.